Hello and welcome, I'm Beatrice, and today's class is a Yin Yoga class specifically designed with skiers in mind. Because it's a Yin Yoga class and we're holding postures for a long time, this is better to take after your day of skiing to release tension around the hips and all the way down to the feet, through the legs. So this is great for you even if you're not a skier, or maybe you walk a lot, or you're a cyclist and your hips and legs take a lot of effort, your muscles are sore. So those of you that have been with me since the beginning might know that I used to be an alpine skier for about 10 years, and I know that feeling of training for the whole day, coming back home completely wiped out and with a lot of tension around the body. So I think Yin Yoga is a perfect practice to release that tension and also to find some mindfulness at the end of the day. So if you're new to Yin Yoga and you're here for the skiing element of this video, I'll leave some information about what Yin Yoga is in the description box below so you can read them out and see if this is for you. This class, all you need are 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, please go ahead and stack a few books to the same height of a block. And when you're ready, come and practice with me. So we'll start this practice in child's pose. So take either your knees together or your knees wide. If you can, come to a wide-legged child's pose and start to fold yourself forwards towards the ground. Bring your big toes together. Don't worry if your hips don't touch the heels. You can always slide a block in between your hips and your heels. You can relax the forehead on the ground or even on your forearms or your hands. Notice if some areas feel a little tense, or maybe there is even some unnecessary tension. Maybe you're squeezing the glutes or your thighs. Just let go of that tension as much as you can. With each posture today, come to a space of sensation. However, try not to push yourself to the farthest you can go in the posture. Stop as soon as you feel your sensations coming up. And allow your body to settle in the posture. take your arms forward so you can gently guide yourself up to your hands and knees. And find your blocks and bring them to the highest height, wide on your mat. And we come into a low lunge, which in Yin Yoga is called dragon, starting with our right foot forward. So take your right foot in between your blocks and find space between the two knees. So take that left knee away from you and come to the highest part of your knee. So not directly on your kneecap, but almost on your thigh. Adjust your front foot for comfort and let the hips sink. Now in this posture, we're trying to target the hip flexor at the back leg, at the left leg. So finding sensations running through the groin and the thigh. For this, you might want to try and bring the blocks a little closer to your hips and really let the hips sink and lift your body up, your upper body up. You can close off the eyes or you can look down. If this doesn't work for you, by all means, you can have your hands on the ground or you can even have them inside of your foot. And for all of these postures, trying to find your target area. So it doesn't matter how it looks, it just matters how it feels in your body. So you might want to find a different angle, maybe you want to twist a bit to the right or to the left. Just find sensations through the groin and into the thigh. And remember to soften all the muscles around the joints. So here, maybe you're squeezing the glutes or your thigh. Try to soften. And although we want to stay in stillness as much as possible, if your posture becomes very uncomfortable, you're welcome to modify it, to take a different option, and to move out of the one you're in right now. And same thing goes for if you don't feel any sensations anymore. Readjust so you can feel your sensations. Start to lift the hips, so press the ground away with that front foot and shift your hips back, straightening that front leg. And you can stay upright or you can come forward towards your leg, finding sensations at the back of your right leg. So maybe it's the thigh, maybe it's the calf. And here as well, you can explore with the position of your hips. Maybe you want to angle a bit more to the right or to the left. Try to soften the whole body, even the face and the jaw. Start to bend your right knee, come forward, bring your foot flat to the ground, and you can take your right block out of the way so you can bring that right leg around to meet the left. And if downward dog feels good in your body, you're welcome to take one very gentle with a bit of movement. Otherwise, sit back and notice any sensations running through the body. Ready, start to bring yourself back up to hands and knees, and this time step the left leg forward. So same thing on this side, adjust your front foot for comfort and then slide that right leg away from you so you're not directly on your kneecap but you're a bit farther high, almost on the thigh. Sink your hips down and you can shift your blocks back so you can lift your chest and really let the hips sink. Otherwise you can have your hands to the ground or even to the inside of your foot. Keep softening out the face and the hips. And you can close off the eyes or look down. And each time you explore a posture, it might feel completely different on the other side. So really pay attention. And start to shift the hips back. So we're now finding sensations at the back of our left leg. Bring the toes up towards the ceiling, but soften the foot. And lift your chest a bit to adjust. Maybe you want to adjust the hips to one side or the other, or you want to keep them straight back. And if you like to, you can come forward to fold. And to come out, start to bend that front knee. And you can take that left block out of the way so that you can invite that left leg back around to meet the right. And again, you can take a gentle downward facing dog, or you can sit back and notice any sensations happening in the body. If you're in downward facing dog, start to drop your knees down. And if you're seated, come to hands and knees. And start by tucking your toes under. And if you need to, you can take your pinky toe out of the way as well. We're trying to find sensations now at the sole of our foot. So this might be enough for some of us. Maybe the soles of your feet feel very tender. Stay here. Otherwise, walk your hands closer to your knee, and once you find those sensations, stop. If you still can't feel anything, you're welcome to come and sit up on your heels. So really be gentle with this one, especially if you've been in your boots all day. Start to come out gently, so take your hands down to the ground if you're all the way up, and untuck your toes, and you can spread the toes or scrunch them, just coming out, maybe circle the ankle. And the next posture we're taking is an ankle stretch. So this one as well can be quite intense, and we'll do one side at a time. Now, if sitting on your heels doesn't work for you, I encourage you maybe to return to child's pose and still invite your attention to come to the sensations at the front of your ankles. Otherwise, come to sit on your heels, and we'll do 1 minute each side. So you can be all the way up, sitting on your heels, and this might be enough for some of us. Otherwise, lift that right knee towards you and lean back a bit so you can help that movement. And try to keep the other leg down so you can help that with the left hand. And continue breathing. Try not to hold your breath in. Slowly lower that right knee down. Lean forward a bit, come out, then come to the other side. So you can start just sitting up, depending on how your left side feels, or You can lift that left knee towards you and lean back, and maybe hold that right thigh down. And this is great because you might also feel a stretch at your quad, so the front of your thigh. And gently lower the knee down. You can come back up to hands and knees and take some circles to release from the feet. Anything that feels good at the ankle. Now when you're ready, come to sit on your sitting bones. So come all the way down. We're now targeting the outer hip in what's called shoelace. Take your blocks now to the left side and keep them stacked one over the other. Lengthen the right leg forward in front of you. Then bring the left foot across and heel toe the foot to the right until you have your knees as close to each other as you can. Now this might already bring you sensations at the outside of your left hip. If not, lean back and bend the bottom knee as well to bring that right foot out to the left. Take a moment to settle in your posture. Maybe you want to slide a blanket underneath your hips. And you can stay upright, or you can come and lean and fold towards your knee. Maybe slide a block under your forehead or 2 blocks. And for those of you that might have the bottom leg straight, maybe you feel sensations at the back of your leg as well there. That's great too. Start to lift your head upright and your spine up, and stack your blocks one over the other. Bring them to your left hip Let's twist to the side. So twist to the left. You can take your right hand on your blocks and your left arm behind you. Assess how the spine is feeling, especially that mid-back area, the thoracic spine. Come through to center and bring the blocks to the other side. And then lean back to come out of this side. Do so gently and slowly. So you can first uncross the top leg and then the bottom one. And you can come to a comfortable seated position to notice what's going on through the two sides of the body. Once you're ready, moving our way to the other side. So left leg comes straight, and then the right leg comes across to the other side. Heel toe that right foot out to the left until the knees come a little closer together. And see how this side feels. This might be enough for you. Otherwise, you can bend that bottom knee, take that left foot out to the right, and adjust your hips in your shoelace position. And you can stay upright or you can fold forwards towards your knee, maybe supporting your head with a block. And start to lift your head up. And this time twisting to the right. So take the blocks together, and you can take your left hand on your block and your right arm behind. Noticing how it feels to twist the other way around. Turn back through to center. Now let's finish in any comfortable seated position. So not necessarily cross-legged. And come to soften the shoulders and the arms. And perhaps at the beginning you found some areas of tension in your child's pose. And return to those areas, return your attention to those areas and notice if anything has changed. Continue to find softness throughout the body, throughout your evening or your afternoon. And maybe return to your attention through the body before you go to sleep to really get a nice restful sleep and recharge after your day of activity. Next breath in, reach your arms up high. Take the palms together and guide them down to the center of your chest. And you can finish your practice here or bow down and thank yourself for this time on the mat. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. If you do have any requests for any new video, you can always leave me comments and I'll definitely respond to you and let you know if I can do that for you, and bear with me if it takes me a while to record it. Thank you.